Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our Global Scouting and Communications Network meeting. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lynn. I coordinate the network along with Mika. And today we are back. It's been 2 months since our last meeting due to the conference and youth forum that kept us all very busy. So today we're here to talk about our next big event, which is already coming up in a few weeks, JOTA-JOTI. Maybe for some of you, this is newer for you to be involved in. Maybe some of you have been doing this for years. Whatever the case is, today we're going to give you a bit of an overview of what to expect at this next JOTA-JOTI, the 2021 edition. And that includes both on the program side as well as the promotional side. What types of materials do we have to help you promote this in your NSO? And then at the end, we'd also love to hear from you in terms of what your plans are and any questions that you might have that we can help with, any ideas for promotions, all of that. We're always happy to hear from you as well. But today I'm actually handing over the mic to another lovely colleague, Esther Diaz in Chile. Esther is our volunteer comms coordinator for this event, and she's been doing an absolutely amazing job. So first of all, thank you, Esther, for all of your work so far. And we are super excited to have you meet our Global Scouting Communications Network today. And just before handing it over, just letting you know that we are recording the meeting today. So if you do have colleagues that you think this is relevant for, we'll share everything with you afterwards so that you can help spread the word about what to expect and how to promote this event. Esther, over to you.
Thanks, Lynn, for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good night, depending on where you are right now in the world. It's early morning for me here in Chile, in South America. As Lynn already said, today is going to be all about JOTA-JOTI or JOTA-JOTI, depending how you pronounce it on what part of the world you are right now. And the idea is that we try to be as interactive as possible. Always remember, if you want to ask any questions about JOTA-JOTI or about what we're talking about, please feel free to do it in the chat. And also, we're going to, as Lynn already said, we're going to have a small moment at the end so we can freely talk open mic about any questions that you have about what we're going to talk. But for starting, and since everybody is connected but without a camera, we want to know a little bit more about what you know about JOTA-JOTI. And for starting, we wanted to know if have you ever participated in a JOTA-JOTI before? It could be when it was more divided. Maybe some of you have participated in a JOTA or in a JOTI, but we wanted to see your Zoom reactions. If you have already participated, just click yes if you already participated. If this is your first time, no worries. In scouting, there's always a first time for participating in an event. But we wanted to see your reactions, how many people has already been participating in a JOTA-JOTI. So I mostly see yeses. No newly births for JOTA-JOTI, so maybe that's gonna be more easy going for the presentation. But we also want to hear from you, from the people that already has participated in a JOTA-JOTI. If somebody wants to share maybe about a highlight that you have about your participation, and if somebody wants to share a little bit more about your participation, what's the things that you love about the JOTA-JOTI, your best moment or your best memory about your last participation. You can open your mic and maybe share. I don't know if somebody wants to share. Jacob, you can share with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Esther. I was sharing the mic emoji, but I guess you didn't see that. Colleagues, I think the greatest thing about JOTA-JOTI is that it happens all over the world in various forms. This is one of the few World Scouting events that happens at the grassroots level with local scout groups joining together for the weekend and connecting with other local scout groups from around the world. So I think it's amazing on that side that it's a grassroots event, but also that it takes place at the same time all around the world and really exposes young people to the joy of World Scouting and the brotherhood and sisterhood of this movement. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Absolutely, yes. That's, I think, one of the best parts of JOTA-JOTI, that it is an open event for everybody, and it's the largest event. And also, you can meet your friends that you met in another international event, and you can meet in JOTA-JOTI every year, and you can be part, of in the time zone that you are. It doesn't matter. You can be part of this event. So yeah, that's a great part of JOTA-JOTI. I don't know if somebody else wants to share about a highlight about JOTA-JOTI, or the favorite moment. If you don't want to speak, you can type it in the chat and we can see it afterwards. So that would be great also. Okay, we can start. If we have more shy people, you can also write in the chat so we can read you or hear you. I'm gonna leave you right now with David. Ben is our communication director and also my colleague for JOTA-JOTI for this amazing event for this year. So he can do a little introduction about this event and what you can expect about in general about this event.
Great, thank you, Esther. What to say about JOTA-JOTI? It's been around for a while. This event dates back almost 60 years, but over the past couple of years in particular, we've been trying to reimagine and reinvent JOTA-JOTI for I want to say the 21st century, but I guess we're well past that now. So JOTA-JOTI is the world's largest scouting event. Brings together millions of young people, as Jacob mentioned, in local communities around the world, and both online and over the airwaves via radio. This year's JOTA-JOTI takes place the 15th of October, Friday, to the Sunday, the 17th of October. Typically happens on the third weekend of every October every year. And we've got a really dynamic program that we're going to be talking about over the course of this presentation as well. Lots of non-formal education activities, global campfires. We've got some of our features from previous years, talent shows, live performances, fun challenges, and lots more. We try to add some new elements to the program every time this year, and I know my colleague Bia will be talking a little bit more about some of those items in the future. So JOTA-JOTI just around the corner, and hope you're engaged. Back to you, Esther.
Thank you very much, Dave, for the introduction. And that's a wonderful summary about JOTA-JOTI, but there's a lot of information. And he already said we're going to have a little bit introduction about the program, because that's very important for you to understand what's going to happen in JOTA-JOTI, for you to be able to share with your NSOs and share in your regions about what's going to happen in JOTA-JOTI. So I'm going to leave the floor to Bea, that's going to help us talk a little bit more about the program of this event.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me tonight. It's very exciting to be here and to present to you a little bit of what is happening in our program for JOTA-JOTI this year. So we have a huge theme. And if we think about Scouts for the Sustainable Development Goals, that is our theme. And what we really want to do is to focus not only on the part of discovery and strengthen the competencies of our young people, offering a lot of content for them to learn, but also how they can take action in their community. So there's a huge practical side as well on how can we have our scouts involved in contributing for this global agenda. So if I can jump to the next slide, please. We want to base our program this year on the four main areas that we are exploring right now in scouting. So we would have one area focused on environment and sustainability, one around peace and community engagement, another one on skills for life, and last but not least, health and well-being. So when you go and you explore the program, you will have a lot of sessions, activities, engaging moments, covering all these four main areas. And if I go to the next, as we have done similarly in other JOTA-JOTI edition, we will have our challenges. So it is a very interesting way to motivate your young people to participate and to get as many badges as possible. And the main idea is that they go through a range of different activities to collect these badges. So for example, if I want to go for the Peace and Community challenge or main challenge, I would go to different activities inside this main area and I could earn that badge. It's an engaging way, or it's a very enthusiastic way, I would say, to motivate kids to do more activities. And there are super challenges, which is Scouts for SDGs, and Total JOTA-JOTI Explorer, which is a combination of a couple of this main challenges. So getting a couple of them and you get the super challenge. If I go to the next one, it's a brief summary of what's going to happen. So as I was saying, it's a way for us to recognize young people's exploration of JOTA-JOTI, engagement, participation, and it's valid for personal progression in their own Scout group. So this is a very important experience as well. And we want to have this, as I was saying, in a form, in a very organic way for them to participate and to engage more, and have this online recognition is a way of us to recognize that effort. And if I pass to the next one, this is a little bit what it will look like. So it's an interactive camp similar to what we've had in previous editions. And these are all the main areas that you can find. So as you can see, our activities are divided by all of these areas. And we have, for example, the Innovation Lab, which is a place where they can find a lot of small sessions with knowledge, or more with a lot of educational content for them to learn about specific topics. We have Fun Zone, International Campfire and Celebrations Arena, all in a mood of party, fun, and engaging moments with other Scouts. We have, for example, the leader side, because we can never forget that our leaders are a very important part of Scouting. So we also have a specific area with some activities for them as well. Of course, we welcome our adults in all other sessions, but these ones are prepared for adults, while the others, the target audience, are our young people. And I can also tell you that, for example, we will have a safe from harm area. As usual, we want to make sure that we are safe. And please feel free to explore, because there's a lot of things that you can find. I don't have much time, so I will just jump to my last point for today, which is, last but not least, our JOTA-JOTI live show. So this is a very fun part that we are also super proud of as well. The live shows will be live streamed on our WASM's Facebook and YouTube channels, and it will offer opportunities for young people to engage, to see other Scouts. And we will have a beautiful part during this, which is the talents of young people from around the globe. And this is a shout out for you to also, if you know any talented people, direct them to, to the Youth Got Talent page, because it's very important for us to have a lot of diversity and young people from all corners of the globe. And during these live shows, we will have not only this super interesting part of the talents of young people, but we will also have some educational moments and a lot of special guests. So we really encourage you to join. There are only 3 shows this time. They are all at 12. There are 2-hour shows from 12 to 2 p.m. GMT, and you see the other time zones on your screen. And I guess that's all. I'm happy to answer your questions as well. And my colleague Lisa will join us shortly, so we'll be happy to take questions at the end.
Thank you very much, Pia. I think it's super difficult to make a summary about what's going to happen in 3 days program JOTA-JOTI, but I think that was a great summary. Again, as Pia already said, if you have any questions, please type it down and we can answer it at the end of the meeting. And this is only like the highlights, or maybe like super like in small parts of the program, so you can understand and better promote JOTA-JOTI in your social media, in your eBlast newsletter, or however you're sharing right now in your NSOs and your regions. for you to understand what's going to happen a little bit more in the program, and that's going to give you like a better understanding on what you are promoting in your NSOs. But there's a much more, and you can explore everything in our JOTA-JOTI website, and we'll be uploading these upcoming weeks all of the program and all the descriptions. And of course, we are always going to be here to answer all of your questions, and you can still ask us any questions during the upcoming weeks in the Global Communication Facebook group, and also via Lean, and we can also answer all your questions about program, and we can refer you to our experts in program wherever they are in the world. So that's going to be amazing this full next weeks for JOTA-JOTI. But now we have to move from program to other things that are going to happen for you to get in JOTA-JOTI, and that's going to be registration. And maybe you're going to have a lot of questions about registration in your NSOs and your regions, and that's super normal. And that's we already have a bunch of questions in our social medias handles. And registration was announced via circular at the 10th of September. You can see also the circular. If you don't have it, you can see it in the website, scout.org website. And the registration process had changed a little bit this year, but it's mainly the same thing. And you're gonna do it via JOTA-JOTI.info. And once you get in that and you register and you press register now, it's gonna make you have to create, or if you already have a scout.org account, you have to first log in to your scout.org account, and then you're gonna register in the JOTA-JOTI website. And registration is basically being made to, you have two options. You're gonna do individual registration, and you're also gonna have a group registration. And remember, when you have a group registration, you're also gonna be part of the group directory. That's something that's really helpful. That's also being shared a lot in the communication area, because groups can get in contact after JOTA-JOTI with different groups around the world that already registered as a group in JOTA-JOTI, and that's gonna be super great and fun to make connections around the world. And it's super easy for you, your NSOs, when they ask you in the communication part, how can I connect with another international group? I want to meet somebody from other part of the world. You're going to have this directory throughout the year, so that you don't have to contact different people in different parts of different NSOs. You're going to have this group directory that's going to be made thanks to JOTA-JOTI. So that's going to be like the summary of registration. And of course, if you have any questions, we have our support group that's going to help you to answer all of your questions that you're going to have about registration, or whatever questions that you're going to have about the website, things that I tried to register, I didn't receive my email, because once you register, you're going to have a welcoming email, and any other questions, you can do it via the support website. That's going to be support.jotajoti.info, and you're just going to submit a request. We're going to try to answer everything via social media if you have any fast question. And I know many scouts have questions about the process, but if not, and if we're not able to answer the questions, we're also going to refer them to go to the support and the help desk, and they're going to be more than happy to answer all of your questions about everything that you have in this process. And now communications, and now how to communicate about what's happening in JOTA-JOTI, and how to communicate what everything that is going around. And I know that we have been giving you plenty of information and giving you a lot of links and posts and everything about JOTA-JOTI. And thanks already to all the NSOs and regions that have been sharing, and scout groups and individual persons that have been sharing all of our designings and everything, and all the things that our amazing design team has already been done. So first of all, the communication strategy, we have been divided the things that we have been communicating. So we have been communicating things via circulars and newsletters that are being sent out to Scouts and NSO leadership. We already sent out registration information program, the Youth Got Talent, that was inside the registration process, the last email blast that you received. And there's going to be more coming soon that we're going to share to make easier for everybody how to prepare for JOTA-JOTI. I'm going to give you some different highlights about the event, so everybody can see how to prepare and how to participate in this event. And of course, if you haven't received all this information, everything is available in our scout.org website, so you can go there and take a look at this information, and you have it both in English and in French, so you can share it with your NSOs and share it and take information inside of the circulars and new blast, and you can share it also on your social media. And of course, as you already seen, and thanks for liking everything and commenting and interacting with us, everything also is being shared in our social media handle and of course in our social media website. So everything, all the information is also there. So a little bit about branding. The logo and the 2021 badge has already been designed, as you already seen, and you can see it on our social media. Also, as Bia already said, our JOTA-JOTI channels and website is reflecting the theme that's going to be Sustainable Development Goals of the SDGs. And as you already know, because we already showed the links via email, via Facebook, and via everywhere, we also have a Trello board that I'm gonna open right now. And this is our amazing Trello board. You can see it right now, Lynn? Yeah. Perfect. So this is our amazing Trello board. You can see everything that we have. So you can have the working files. We will try to upload more working files this week, the ones that are missing. So you can translate things that are not translated in all the languages. We have all the logos and templates that you can share. And we gave you a bunch of photos, about a bunch of JOTI photos, a bunch of JOTA photos that you can use to create your own posts. We have many social media posts that you can share with everybody, with translations already being made. So we have a lot of captions translated in different languages, so you can just copy paste and share. We also gave you a bunch of history JOTA-JOTI photos, so you can do throwback JOTA-JOTI posts and super fun different kind of posts in social media. So a lot of information that you can share. Also remember to share our scouts on TikTok, and we have social media posts about the campsite, so you can share everything, and that already said, and we have everything already translated again for you to just copy paste it to the caption and use it on your social media handles. And of course we have stories, Instagram stories that you can share, and you have a presentation template if you need, just as the one that we're using right now. If you need it for your NSOs or whatever, you're gonna use it everywhere, your groups, your scout groups, your regions, your districts, or whatever you want to share JOTA-JOTI. And last but not least, we have videos. We have promo videos that you can share. You have the Instagram, and you can learn a little bit more about in our presentation, but we have everything here that you can be using in your social media.
Yes. Oh, can we go back to that?
Yes.
I'll just speak a little bit more to it and how to use it. So you should all have the link already to it. I've shared the link in our emails to the Global Comms Network. If you didn't receive it, let me know, because I want to make sure you're on our email list, but also I'll share the link here in a moment. Can you share the Trello board again and on your screen, please? So for photos, of course, you're going to use photos from your own country. If you don't really have any, feel free, of course, to use photos from other countries if you want to show what's happening around the world. But these photos are also just some good examples of nice ways that you can visualize and get photos of your own. So maybe you can use them as some inspiration for the types of photos that you can try to get from your NSO this year. These are some of our favorite examples from different countries. And we also would love it if you can make sure to tag us and share some photos with us. You can send them directly to me by email, or you can tag us on social media. But we want to make sure that we can feature what scouts are doing all around the world during JOTA-JOTI. And since we can't be there, we really rely on you to share with us. So whether that's encouraging scouts to share photos with you if they're participating from home, or making sure that you have somebody responsible to gather some photos and videos of scouts who are participating as groups, that goes a really long way in helping promote this event and getting more people on board during the weekend itself and next year as well. So that's really, really appreciated. So yeah, you can tag both the JOTA-JOTI accounts and the World Scouting accounts when you're posting, or just use the hashtag JOTA-JOTI. We'll be following that as well if it's on Instagram. Otherwise, can we show them the promotional calendar now that we're talking about Trello, do you think? Yeah. So
just
new
wait.
tool right here is the promotional calendar. And I'll just speak to this quickly. So this is a really fun tool that we put together that kind of gives you some ideas of different things you can promote on different days. So we've taken the different elements from the Trello board. It looks quite overwhelming. I think there's a lot there. So this is a way for you to maybe consider organizing it. Of course, you don't have to promote it every single day. It's totally up to you. And I don't know what your content schedules look like, but you can pick and choose the ones that make sense for you. The big thing for us, of course, is like to promote the Youth Got Talent submissions. I put it there for October 1st. And again, for next week, because we really need to make sure that we get submissions from all over the world, all sorts of different countries. So when you click on one of those, you'll get taken directly to the card, as she just showed us. And that card will include graphics as well as captions. All of the captions are available in English, French, Spanish, and Arabic already. And the graphics are not yet available in the other languages, but they will be added in the other languages by the end of this week. Our graphic designer is working on that now. So it's a really easy way for you to sort of look at how to present it. Basically, you can take this calendar and apply it to whatever content you have or don't have for the next coming weeks. So my biggest ask is please to promote Youth Got Talent submissions this week and next week. The deadline is October 10th, as Bea said. We can also share the video because we know that videos tend to get pretty good traction. So you can either share it by resharing what we've posted or post it natively yourself. Everything is available there for you. And then we have different suggestions for different days like countdowns, promoting JOTA-JOTI live, promoting different elements of the campsite, and so on. And besides that, you can always, of course, follow our channels to help share and comment and engage with us and what we're posting in addition to promoting it yourself. But this is one of those events that's truly global, as Jacob said. So it's really, really important that NSOs play a part in promoting it among their own membership so we can reach more young people. If you have any questions about the calendar or the Trello board, feel free to let us know. If this is a new tool to you and you're not quite sure, we can help guide you further one-on-one. That's it.
Super. Thank you very much, Lynn. Yeah, so we hope you can use the calendar. If you don't want to use the calendar, that's okay, but just to give you an idea what's happening and give you inspiration about what to share in social media and everything there with the link. So it's just copy, paste, download, and then upload to your social media handles if you need inspiration on your content of the day. So again, social media. What we've been sharing, a part of our strategy of social media, we do regular posts in the official accounts of JOTA-JOTI and also the WUSM accounts to promote everything with the promo calendar. We already showed you the promo calendar, so that's going to be related to what we'll be sharing during these days and in these weeks before JOTA-JOTI. And if you don't follow us, but I will believe that everybody's following us everywhere, our social media handles are, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, and we have Twitter also. So thank you very much already for the NSOs and regions and everybody, individuals that have been interacting with us, reposting, retweeting, sharing, and liking and saving our posts. And we really appreciate that, and keep on following us. And we hope to get to the 10,000 before JOTA-JOTI in Instagram. So that would be great if we achieve that number and everybody can follow us and interact with us in social media. And with marketing, it's super similar as we already said. We created this Trello board that's we've been adding information, as much information as we can during the past few weeks. I know it's plenty information, and as Lynn already showed you, there's like a lot of captions and links and plenty of things to go. But we try to create something that's super complete, so you can just go there and find information, find inspiration, and super easy copy paste for you to work on. And that's gonna be super it's going to be great for you to take a look to if you just get like sit down 10 minutes and take a look and try to digest everything that's on the Trello board. That would be great, and try to inspire and take a look. And if you have questions about the Trello board, of course you can ask us via Facebook and social media or via email, and we'll be more than happy to answer all your questions about the Trello board, how you can use it, and if you found an error or you need to add for us to add something, of course you can tell us, and we're gonna work on that immediately. And translation, as Lynn already said, it's in the process. We have the captions are translated in 4 languages, and the videos are also translated in 4 languages. So that's something that you can just share with your NSOs. And we have also, as Lynn already said, the graphic assets are gonna also be in the process of being translated. But if not, you have the working files that you can translate it on your own. And the badge, we have this New Year event badge that's already been shared with all the movement, all the organizations. Again, you can get the license of the badge through the official workshops. And David, if you can share the link, also the email in the chat, if anybody needs to reach out and talk about the license. And also, if you have questions about that, we can answer them at the end of the meeting. And of course, again, please contact us if you have any questions about the World Scout Shop and the license of the badge. But please share the badge and the World Scout Shop link and to your NSOs, because we know that Scouts have many questions on how to get the badge, and it's just a link away. So if you can share it with your NSOs, that would be great. The website is also part of our communication, of course, platform, and that's going to be our main communication throughout JOTA-JOTI, because the event is being held throughout our website. So program is being updated in the website, and everything's going to be uploaded throughout the upcoming weeks. Our logistic team is going to have a super hackathon this weekend that's going to be uploading a lot of information about JOTA-JOTI, about the program, about everything that's missing. So just be on the look and just keep on refreshing the JOTA-JOTI website to learn more about what's happening. And you can, and when we get closer to the event, you're going to have more information about specific event dates, time, languages, speakers, and everything and more. And of course, again, if you have any questions about the website and everything that's being uploaded, and please ask us and please reach out. And we're also working very hard with the translations about it on the website. So we're going to be uploading everything, hopefully in as many languages as we can as soon as possible. And the videos. So that's also something that you can have available with all your NSOs. We have the promo video and the registration reel, and that's available in English, French, Spanish, and Arabic. So that's something that we worked hard to have everything translated for you. If you haven't seen the video is sorry. So that's our amazing promo video, and it's a great way to share with everybody what's JOTA-JOTI, what's to expect of JOTA-JOTI. There's going to be a great summary and a condensed way with 1.5 minutes approximately of information, and that you can share with your NSO. So we have it, as I already said, translated in 4 languages. So please feel free to share it, use any captions that you would like to use, and share with your NSO. So we have it both in this format, and we also have it, the promo video, we have it also in a real format, so you can share it in Instagram TV. And also we have the registration reel that's going to be super short, that's super easy to share, and you can use any caption of registration that you want to use. And we also have it translated, so you can share it on your Instagram feeds and promote registration. And actions, items, and next steps, where I'm going to leave you with the link to talk a little bit more about what you can do and how to help us to promote JOTA-JOTI and how to promote JOTA-JOTI in the upcoming weeks. So if you can, I'm going to leave you the floor for this part.
Yeah, I can speak to this. So for next steps, basically, we would just ask that you have a look at the promotional calendar. I think that's the easiest way to sort of digest all of this information that's available to you on the Trello board in terms of promotions. That's the intent anyway. Also, let us know if that's a useful tool for you, because if it is, it's something we can try to replicate for future campaigns and events and things like that. So please have a look at that promotional calendar. I just shared it about an hour before this meeting with a PDF attachment, or you can find it on the Trello board. And besides that, if you have any questions or ideas in terms of promotions, to make sure that you share it with us. Familiarize yourself a little bit with the JOTA-JOTI website as well. You can also check out the safe from harm aspect of that on the website. And we have posts, I didn't mention that earlier, but we do have posts on the Trello board dedicated to online safety and safe from harm during this event, which is of course a very important aspect that we don't want to miss the opportunity for people to learn a little bit more about online safety as they're participating in this sort of thing. And then, of course, with the Trello posts, it's really important to remember that we need you to adapt this to your own context. So see what makes sense for you. There might be certain aspects of this that are stronger for you in your scouting community than in others. So if you're really focused on amateur radio, for example, then feel free to focus a little bit more on that while still promoting some of the other aspects, or vice versa. If it's more the online aspect, if it's more scouts that are interested in watching the live show together, you might change it a little bit depending on whether scouts participate more individually in your NSO or if they participate more with a group. So think about your local context and take what we give you as some guidance, but feel free to adapt it and make it your own, and to create your own post depending on your local events, which we would love to hear more about as well. That registration, of course, is really important that we push registration. While anybody can participate in JOTA-JOTI, it helps us so much to know how many people are really active and registered online, and also can be an added incentive that's how you can participate in the challenges and get your certificate, is if you are registered. So that's sort of the motivation for scouts to actually go on and register themselves. But super helpful for us as well to see who is actually taking the time to go and register, because it's a pretty challenging event for us to track, everyone who's participating. So those are the next steps. Really focus on pushing registration, submissions for Youth Got Talent. Check out that promotional calendar and let us know if you have any questions or ideas. Yeah, so back to the Youth Got Talent submissions, a little bit more information here for you. We really need a diversity of submissions. I know that we do have a lot of representation on this call today as well from Asia Pacific, but also outside of Asia Pacific would be very important for us to get some representation from African NSOs, Inter-America, and so on. So please help us push that so that we can make sure that your NSOs, your regions are also represented in our show. We do have less JOTA-JOTI live shows this year than last year, where we decided to do 1 a day instead of 2 a day, so that we can really try to get as many people as possible watching one show, which I think will be really nice in terms of engagement for those shows, and we can focus on producing super high quality shows in those periods. So that means that we do need slightly less talent submissions, but we want them to be super awesome, high quality. Next.
And super important about this part, everybody, we push the deadline, so we have a new deadline. We know the deadline was September 30 before, but now we have a new deadline for October 10th. So please share that deadline with your NSOs and your regions so people can share the videos, and if they haven't already, they have more time to share their videos. And we have the video submission link that we can also share with you in the chat, but everything is in our website, in our social media handles, in the Trello board. But there's a specific part website that you can go and upload or your information or the videos for Youth Got Talent.
Yeah, so I said all of this already, but you'll have access to this presentation after, so you can access all the links and everything here as well. But yeah, just use the templates, use what makes sense to you depending on which channels you're on. If you're using lots of Instagram in your NSO, then use those stories. It's a really fun and engaging way to get people thinking about it, registering for it. You can add a link if you have that option on your stories for people to register, or you can use some of the more engaging buttons like polls. Are you planning to participate? Yes, no. What are you most looking forward to? You know, get your scouts talking about it and excited about it in your language and in a way that makes sense for you. Or, you know, you can do throwbacks to last year's participation or previous years. We put some of our historical photos on there as well. And I know that that's always a really fun way to get people realizing that this is not a new event. This is something that they can be part of that's been going on for many years. So we have lots of ideas for you on this board, but we also welcome yours. So if you have any ideas, and right now, you know, in terms of what's working for you, what gets scouts talking about JOTA-JOTI or excited about JOTA-JOTI, we are more than happy to hear them. If anyone wants to share now, either in the chat or you can unmute yourself. We're a pretty small group. Any thoughts there from Egypt, Hong Kong, Madagascar? A few of the NSOs I'm seeing here. All right, we can move on to the next one, but we would love to hear your ideas as well and hear from you what works, because I know it's going to be very different in different NSOs and regions. Did you want to share something, Patrick?
2 seconds. Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
Do you notice that on the Saturday, it's something called a Moon Day or something like that? I forgot the whole name, from NASA. We're having an activities of one moon, different places. So we try to collect photos of the moon from your countries or around the world, and take a photo of the moon, write down your name and where is it, and post to our Facebook for JOTA-JOTI for Hong Kong. Yeah, if you have a chance to go to that website, to that Facebook, you might see some photos already. I'll show you the link in a minute. Yeah, it's one of the stuff we did this week, this year.
Cool, it sounds like a really nice way to connect people in different places.
Let me try to find the link.
Yeah, sure. If you
I'm
can
finding
share
the link
that.
so someone can talk.
Sure, Sharif?
Yeah, I just want to mention that usually for the JOTA-JOTI, in Egypt at least, the most interesting part is getting a global kind of campfire. And this is since we had this kind of platform that helped us to do such thing. So I think maybe having more of them in different time zones would help, you know, interaction, and the kids love to be noticed and get some claps along the way. So yeah, that's my suggestion. I mean, I've been in JOTA-JOTI for, I don't know, since 2002, I think. So I really like where we're going here. The platform is amazing. The map is perfect. The calendars is so rich. I just want to point out that campfires, at least in the Arab world or in Egypt, is something very interesting for the kids.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Is there someone, Bea, can maybe speak more to that part of the program, or she's not on the call anymore?
No, Bea had to jump out. She had another meeting. But we
If I can jump in, thanks,
Sure,
Chico, for the comment. Happy to report that we have a selection of international campfires already in the program for JOTA-JOTI 2021. And these will be uploaded to the platform this weekend. So you'll be able to pick different campfires from different regions so you can share with your scouts. Thanks, Chico.
Jacob, can I ask, are they going to be times that Australia, for example, will be able to, or is it sort of 2 a.m. for us?
Yeah, hi, Michelle. I can
Hey.
tell you there's no perfect time zone. We learned that from
Oh, I know that.
but we will have live events, and also some are pre-recorded and can be streamed on demand.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest challenge with these global events, as we saw with the conference and youth forum. All sorts of people participating in the middle of the night, but I know it gets a little bit harder on either extreme end with Australia and
There's
Hawaii.
no worries. We're just getting used to doing it from bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we got scouts never sleeps during JOTA-JOTI. We
Yeah.
don't sleep at all because we have to
Yeah.
talk to someone on the other side of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn, would you mind to open that website, that Facebook I showed you just now? Show them about the moon.
Yeah, Esther's sharing her screen, so I'll let her open it.
Or Esther can do it.
Yeah, she's gonna do it.
There you go. You can see it right.
Scroll up a little bit. This is our Facebook for JOTA-JOTI in Hong Kong. But that's the event. The top one is the event I'm talking about, the same moon at different places. You're welcome to take a photo of the moon at where you are and post in the comment below. And we already have some from Kuala Lumpur. If you recognize the Twin Tower.
Yep. Know those well.
Yeah.
That's cool. I can see about maybe with the program, if it's something we can add to the fun zone or something like that. It's a cool way for people to share a little bit from different countries and connect. I just shared the link to the NASA site about it.
So we have people from New Zealand and possibly UK, Australia, sending the photos in.
Really nice.
A lot of moon pictures from all around the world. That's great.
Yeah.
We try to get as many with.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah.
So Esther, let's go on to the next slide.
The next one?
Unless, oh, we didn't talk about this one. Yeah,
Nope.
well, I did a little bit. So the official hashtag for this event is hashtag JOTA-JOTI. There's lots of confusion, you know, we always get some JOTA-JOTI, JOTA-JOTI, and so on. This is the one that we use mainly. So we appreciate if you can try to use this so that we can find as many posts from as many places as possible under one hashtag. And then our main hashtag at all times of the year is Scouts. So also if you can include that, we appreciate it. Of course, you can maybe you'll probably have your own national tags as well. That's totally fine. But if you can also include ours, we appreciate it, and we will help share what you're doing as well on our channels. And then don't forget to tag the JOTA-JOTI channels as well as the World Scouting channels. In addition, and we'll all try to help promote each other's pages this way. Esther's also been doing a great job of engaging with your posts about it, and you might have seen her comment if you're posting from your NSO and you're using our hashtags. If you're seeing JOTA-JOTI comment, it's usually Esther, and I think she's doing a nice job of making a nice, fun, youthful voice for JOTA-JOTI. And we're all talking to each other this way. So it's actually really helpful for everybody if you can do that type of engagement as well from your NSO, comment on the post, share them in your stories, share them on your Facebook page and so on. It does make a really big difference in terms of how many people see them and how many people get excited about them when they see different NSOs or commenting. They're like, wow, this is really a global event, and it makes people want to join. Is this the last one, Esther? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, now that you've had an idea of what the program is, I know we just heard from a couple of people, but we would like to see if there's any aspect of it that you're specifically looking forward to. We heard about the international campfires. I think it's a great point. I also saw some feedback on that myself last year on social that people really loved those. So I know that's something many are looking forward to. What do you think Scouts will be most excited about based on this program and your own experiences? Jacob says campfires, a JOTA-JOTI live, ham radio stations for sure. Yeah. Yeah, the computer coding workshop as part of the Dubai 2020 Expo. We didn't talk about this one too much, but we will share more this week about that. There's going to be an coding workshop that's going to be offered in partnership with a few awesome organizations at the Expo in Dubai. And we will have Scouts participating there in the UAE, but also it will be offered online and available to any interested Scouts or young people. It's a really cool opportunity. And in the end, they're going to use their skills to design one of the icons from the Sustainable Development Goals. So it's a very, like they'll actually get to see the fruits of their labor and what they're learning in a really fun way. So that's, I think, a really cool way to modernize also the event and show all these different types of communication skills. Patrick, I just see your question. Want to know if Scouts chatting on ScoutLink IRC, can they get the code for the challenge badges? You'll see more details about the challenge badges soon. Last year, every challenge basically had a specific set of things that you had to do in order to gain points towards that challenge. So we'll have to wait and see what the team came up with in terms of that. I assume there will be one that's linked somehow to ScoutLink because it's a huge part of the event. Anything else that we think people are looking forward to, that you're looking forward to? JOTI Live, absolutely. Talents from around the world. This was really, really big in the last couple of years, and Scouts love having the opportunity to vote on different talents and see who gets the most votes. Yeah. The leaders site is going to have, sorry, my battery's just dying. The leaders site is going to have lots of different resources and learning for Scout leaders as well. Super important part of JOTA-JOTI, making sure that the leaders have their own place to go while Scouts are participating in other activities. Faiths and beliefs is also a new section this year, so looking forward to seeing what's offered there. All right, no other comments, then I will leave the floor open to questions, right, Esther?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have
So any pending questions? Yeah. Thank you so much, Jacob, for joining us for today's session. We'll see you. Joining JOTA-JOTI since 1990. Every year it gets better, right?
It's
Awesome. Okay, well, if you have any other questions that come up, please use the Facebook group. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I think I'm just lagging a little bit. Okay, if you have any other questions, you can use the Facebook group to connect with us, and we'll see you online on the 16th, and I really hope that you can help us in promoting this to your scouts. All right, have a great day.
Thanks, Lynn.
thanks, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Esther.
Yeah,
Thank you very much
Esther.
for joining. And as Lynn already said, we'll be always here and behind the social media handles. If you have any questions, you can just reach out and ask us, and we will more than happy to answer and engage with you. So thank you very much for everybody who's already been promoting everything, and please keep on promoting registration and Youth Got Talent and all the amazing things that are gonna come up. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Bye.